This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
I don't know how Pat Riley has now won you over after 25 years of just being exceptional. You know what I mean? Overall, sure, there are little speed bumps that have happened, whatever, but I mean, we could never hold any of the slightly bad moments in Heat history. We can't hold it against Riley because the good has outweighed the bad by tons, bro. It's like you have a parakeet on one side of the scale and like 4,000 elephants on one side. You know, that's Riley. He's 4,000. He's not one elephant. It's 4,000 elephants of good, of great, of awesome, of fantastic. You know, that's such a guy. It's impossible you can never even call the Heat organization light or they fall short or they're not good enough or what. They are just exceptional overall. I mean, Riley's run in 25 years is the greatest run we've ever had in sports history in South Florida. Nobody's produced more championships, more playoff trips now at this point, more deep playoff success. Nobody.
And it isn't like we ain't had adversity, bad luck.
Tons of it.
Things, and he always, even, look, Beasley as the number 2 pick. Obviously,
Morning.
Zoe, Chris, Bosch. Even with you,
Whiteside,
heavy duty,
James Johnson,
bad call. Yeah, on the
those were bad calls.
31. Man, I'm going to blame it on that 31 and 10. Strongly.
That was the drug. That was the drug, and they or that was the alcohol.
We OD'd on it.
They OD'd. They got drunk. They went completely crack addict on it, and they misjudged it. They fell in love with the wrong people.
Somehow managed to overcome
everything.
This fast track where we're at.
Tim Hardaway breaking down constantly with an Achilles injury. Even though it became a blessing, but you sign Howard to this monster contract, the NBA reverses it. I mean, there's just you could go through things. You sign Marley, and then he blows out his back right away, and you never really get the Dan Marley, the Thunder Dan. We ended up getting the 3-point Dan, not the Thunder Dan. I mean, I could just go on and on and on how it's never been easy for Riley. Like he has overcome all kinds of shit, and he's gotten it done, bro. And it's just crazy how it goes on and on and on, and they find a way to figure it out and move on to the next chapter.
Adversity makes you stronger.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. I think it's impossible not to love the hell out of the Heat. You know what I mean? We can openly talk about the shortcomings because there's so few, but it's amazing how we watch other franchises. You know what I mean? Look at the Dolphins. They can't get out of their way for 20 years. Now is when I think they're coming through and they're headed in the right direction. The Panthers, they can't stop tripping over themselves. You know what I mean? Some franchises can't ever even figure it out. And yet somehow or another, the Heat figure it out every time. Like every time. When somebody tells you, hey, we'll be all right, Riley, we'll figure it out, you can never turn to that person and say, oh, no, you're full of crap, dude. You're wrong. No, they won't figure it out. You can't. You'll look like an idiot. Because they figure it out every single time.
The trade deadline to unload waiters and get back a guy that's starting for us now.
Right.
I'd turn nothing into something so often, man.
It's just stupid how good they are. It's just it is. Most franchises, dude, you're the Sacramento Kings and you're the Phoenix Suns. And I know now the Suns are, the sun is finally rising out in the west for Arizona.
Gotta feel bad for them, man. They were 8-0 in the bubble and didn't get to play in the playoffs.
They've been playing in the darkness forever because they can't figure it out, dude. You know what I mean? Some franchise, Orlando Magic, they've had every break in the book, and they can't figure it out. Miami gets every break against them, and yet they overcome all those breaks. LeBron screws you for 10 days, lets the moratorium wear out, so he screws Riley. Overcame that too. You know what I mean? It's just one thing after another, after another, after another for this Heat franchise. And they are the most determined, most driven, smartest franchise we have in town. And it's not even close, okay? Everybody has got to learn from them. Everybody needs to take a page from them and say, okay, well, they find ways to do things, and they're successful. And they even made us a basketball town. That's how good the Heat are, that they made us give a crap about basketball. Okay? They make us I was just talking about this with Dono. We were doing the game on Sunday. Was it Saturday? The Atlanta game, and at the same time, our minor league team, the Fort Lauderdale team, was playing on the pitch. So we're watching one game, but we're calling the game on the tube because the boys are in Orlando City. So we're calling that when we're watching this, right? And we have a couple of young guys, right? Lopez, Vokun. We got a couple of guys on that young team that are kicking ass. And the young team now is winning, and they're playing well. They won 2-0 on Saturday night. They look good, and they played in a torrential downpour the entire night. But I was talking to Dono, and I was going, they're starting to develop guys here that now we're going to look at them, and they're going to get called up eventually. And it's going to become like Sioux Falls. Like at the beginning of the whole G League thing, okay, nobody, or D League, nobody, Sioux Falls, whatever, right? But then all of a sudden, you start getting players to come out of Sioux Falls that are coming here, and they're playing well, and you're like, well, wait a minute, what the hell is this? All right, so now I'm going to watch Sioux Falls. Summer League. 15 years ago, you wouldn't give a rat's ass about the Summer League. 20 years ago. The last time we cared about the Summer League was the first year, the expansion years of the Heat, when it was our first shot at seeing players. So hell yeah, we wanted to see Summer Leagues. And actually, Summer Leagues weren't in Vegas in those days. They were in Orlando or here in Miami. And we had 3-4 teams here. Because I went to them at FIU, and I want to say...
West Palm?
Yeah,
West Palm.
What's the name of that West Palm High School?
Baby Jordan.
It was the minor years.
We had Magic, Orlando, and Charlotte, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the damn high school is what I'm trying to remember.
No, it was community college.
It was a community college?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Well, that's the last time we cared about summer leagues. Now, what do? I don't know about you, but I watch summer leagues religiously now. Because now I'm like intrigued that what do the Heat have there? Is there a dude? Is there somebody I should just be looking at? From Briante Weber to Derek Jones Jr. and Duncan Robinson or whatever. All of a sudden now it's like, okay, well, Carlos Silva. Okay, so I got to watch the G League now. Now I got to watch Summer League. I want to see what the Heat have because they might have one guy. This year was the shooter. Damn it, what's his name? That I kind of like him, actually. The shooter. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up the roster. The kid's on the roster right now. I'll tell you right now. Give me a second here. Gabe Vincent. So, that was the guy, right? And so that's kind of, they've made us a basketball town. It's crazy. That's how good they are. It really is impressive. Pat Riley is the best. Being a Knicks fan for years, the Heat is fortunate to have him. We are super blessed, my brother. Super blessed. I know that for a fact. What else do we have here? I can't believe we have a chance to go to the finals. Drew Boo says, I love my Heat. Donald says, Pat, the Godfather Riley.